How's it going, guys? My name is Japan. Today we're here to bring you guys a first impressions with Moe and Calal. Say hello.
Hi, I'm Calal.
Hello.
And today,
Sorry,
I like lollies.
today we're gonna get interrupted again. Today we're gonna talk about 4 anime from the fall season, and we're gonna start with Rakudai Kishi no Cavalry, also known as, but most likely the biggest disappointment of the season for me. So before I rant, who wants to go first?
I'll let Mo
Wait. Before we start anything, wait. Okay, so there's part 1 and part 2.
Oh yeah, energy.
Oh yeah,
Stupid.
yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
There's also part 1 on Mo's channel and part 2 on Calal's channel. So be sure to, well, considering mine's part 3, you've probably already seen those, but be sure to check those out as well because you don't want to miss this. It's great.
Go back to Rakudai. Dude, this does everything that Asterisk does so much better. Holy shit. The main character isn't some wimp that just starts begging for forgiveness.
It's more self-aware.
He does beg, but
yeah,
he's strong, like OP strong, and I love OP strong. He uses a damn sword, like, whew.
Also based
Like,
Silver.
he's already won my heart. Yeah.
I think, right? Yeah, Silver.
Dude, the animation was so
Link.
amazing. Holy shit.
I feel like it's gonna have some. Yeah, it's gonna have some really good fights.
Yeah, like the trailer itself showed like some of the best fights this season, besides One Punch Man.
Anything from Calal?
Other than that, it's just a generic harem.
I mean,
it's not even a harem though. It's not an ecchi harem at all. It's
yeah, it is.
A little bit.
No.
Is.
Oh shit! The second episode.
I'm just gonna go to episode 2 real quick. Episode 1 was great. It had really great comedic timing. It just was really self-aware. And then you get to episode 2, and I mean the comedic timing was great, but then they focus on like this incest undertone like completely, and then there's like this huge ecchi bath fan service scene, and it was kind of like a disappointment because Calvary at the beginning was sticking to comedic timing and smart jokes, and then it goes on to be a generic ecchi for parts. I still think it has a lot of potential, and I'm probably saying a lot what Energy's about to say, so I'll let you go now, Energy.
Okay, so flashback to a young Energy senpai watching the first episode of Cavalry. So I'm watching this, and one thing that's huge for me is self-awareness. You know, it's okay if a show does things that are generic as long as, you know, you can make fun of yourself for it. So the one scene happens where the guy walks in and the female, and he's like, okay, let's make it even, I'll take my shirt off too, and I'm laughing like heck because it's like, this show is definitely making fun of stereotypes, and I love that. So then this huge action scene comes up, and they're introducing great premises, like, you know, the main character is like the least powerful in the school, but he only uses power once a day, and it's like the coolest thing ever. It's got such, you know, original things to it, and it doesn't feel generic. There were some generic aspects to it, but it didn't feel generic, and I was really enjoying it. And even throughout the whole week, as I was waiting for the next episode, I was like, man, I can't wait for the next episode of the show. It's going to be so hype. Then episode 2 comes along, and it just buries all of that in countless ecchi, quote-unquote, undertones, because it's not exactly an ecchi title, and incest undertones and harem undertones, and it's just like, way to ruin yourself, because I think in terms of potential, it still has potential to be potentially one of the best of season if it ditches everything it did in episode 2, because obviously they're going to get into more serious stuff later on with the with this competition they're having and so on and so forth. But if they ditch the ecchi and incest undertones or whatever they've been doing in episode 2, I can see myself enjoying the show to the fullest. But if honestly every episode from now on is like episode 2, this will probably be one of the biggest disappointments I've faced in a long time, because episode 1 was so great, and they still have an interesting concept and original ideas buried underneath countless brother-sister kisses and shower scenes and stuff.
Alright,
a lot of it
what I
want to
say
unnecessary.
Yeah. The second episode, from what I can tell, was heavily modified.
Yeah.
Like they changed a shit ton of stuff. Everything they rearranged introduction orders and changed. They ruined it. The director made it a cliche harem ecchi. Like, this is why I don't like Silverlink. You know, screw Silverlink.
Silverlink.
These guys
does good.
I don't
Silverlink,
care. I don't care about Fate Collide. Okay, just
no.
Get it through your head.
I'm not even talking about Fate Collide. I'm talking about how they changed stuff from the light novel. And they tend to do that on shows a lot, but they tend to do it on like comedy scenes, which is okay if the comedy scene is good. But Silverlink, I don't think they knew 100% what they were doing with the second episode. They made it really, yeah. Like I don't need to continue ranting.
I swear
about, like
to
Energy
everyone,
said,
I swear to all that is good and
everything.
holy. If the first episode was like, this is what the show could be, and the second episode is like, haha, just kidding, this is what the show is, then I'm going to be incredibly disappointed.
Yeah, the first episode was great. It was like, it reminded me of
I was thinking
good
about it all
comedy.
week, dude. I was like, man, I really like this show. I like the self-awareness. I like the action was amazing. The main character has a really interesting premise to him being like the weakest in the school and having to only use his powers once a day.
Yeah, like
and it just has so
actually
much going
about that,
for
like,
it.
like
Still better
the
than
show
Asterix.
reminds me so much of obviously, like, damn.
Well, clearly.
I don't want to start that now. But the show reminds me so much of Mahoka. Like, have you noticed that?
No, I dropped
like an
Mahoka.
OP main character, but an OP main character like labeled as the like weakest
yeah, that
one
makes
or
sense.
one of the
It
weakest.
is pretty similar.
Like I don't know, it's a sister that has a brother complex, a harem, you know, like a girl, you know, the president, and it's exactly like Mahoka, but even the main characters like him, except that this guy is more emotional. But yeah.
We should
Well, I
probably
still
move
love
on
it,
to the
though.
next.
I'm done.
Yeah, the next one.
Yeah.
Next
Energy, you're
is
right. Yours is gonna be like 30 minutes.
next is, and before I butcher this first part,
Just say the perfect
Subete
insider.
ga F
Just say the perfect
Naru,
insider.
the perfect
Yeah, just say the
insider.
perfect insider.
The perfect
is
insider.
bleeding already. Yeah, okay. So mystery wise, it hasn't done anything special yet. But what I really love about this is the character growth. Like I was talking about this to Calal like just earlier. Like the way it handles the characters, I really find that really interesting. Like the interactions, like they talk a lot like the Monogatari series, but it feels irrelevant. But at the same time, it's somewhat interesting. I'm probably the only one that thinks that, but
Moe is best girl.
yeah. Of course I am.
Both Moes.
Of course.
Yeah, both Moe.
Both Mo and Mo.
Yeah, Perfect Insider. It's really slow paced and it hasn't really set too much up, but at the same time, it's developing all of its characters fairly well. I think it's going to set up to be a good story, depending on how it goes. I mean, the animation for the most part is
like-
really good. Besides, like that one car scene where it was like flipped upside down or something in episode 1. I don't understand the style of that.
I still don't know how the hell you noticed that. God damn it.
But overall,
I don't
I
even
think
know how
it's
you
a
did it.
great show so far. I mean, it's really slow. So if you don't like slow, then you're gonna be bored
Yeah,
because it's like talk.
Lots of talking.
Like, yeah, it's always talking. Like, but yeah, at the second episode, they established what they want to do with it. Like, they set up for something big.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's gonna be 11 episodes. So I feel like this whole 11 episode thing is gonna be like a big mystery, which I really love because I'm getting sick and tired of these episodic shit.
Episodic
you know?
mysteries.
Sakurako.
Like Rampo Kitten was the worst
Oh,
one
yeah, that
this
was
year.
That's
so
not good.
Holy
bad.
shit! Like,
Not this show.
like,
Just terrible.
yeah, like every single mystery I watch now, I compare it to Rampo Kitten, and I'm like, this is 10 times better than
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
Yeah.
related to that show. So, yeah, I really like characters.
And I like the character designs.
Yeah, character designs as well, except for the eyebrows.
And the one
Eyebrows
guy
just get
that's
me. It's like 3 or 4
You
lines.
know, the guy who smokes, who's going
Yeah,
to
he's
die
the plot
of
twist.
lung
He's gonna
Oh,
die
cancer.
in the last
that
episode
guy's
of
gonna
Lung
die.
Cancer.
Holy
He's
shit!
gonna die of lung cancer. Episode 11, calling it right now.
His lungs will be pitch
He
black.
smokes 3 cigarettes a minute.
I guess
he
it is a
smokes
good
more than
thing,
the God
though.
Eater guy.
It's a good thing though in my
He smokes for a sentence, man.
I guess it's a good thing.
Every sentence, like.
I guess it's a good thing when
Finishes it.
I can honestly say the biggest complaint I have for the show is that the main character smokes way too much. But I guess it's a good thing when that's my biggest complaint.
Right. The show hasn't really done too much, but it also
Been
has
a lot
done
of
a
build
lot
up.
at the same time. Yeah, it's build up.
Yeah.
I think if they can pay off with great stuff if they do it right.
But also, there's one last thing. The one thing that surprised me was the animation.
Oh yeah, animation
Like,
A1.
holy
wow.
damn.
This
A1, what the
and
hell?
the opening is just so
The opening was
stylistic,
beautiful.
and the ending.
Oh.
Like, you don't expect that kind of stuff from A1. Like, they did so stylistic on the opening and the ending, and it was just insanely good. Both of them were. The actual animation, especially in episode 1, it dips down in episode 2 a little bit, but episode 1, it was like, whoa. It's like, I really want that
Yeah, I want that
Coca-Cola.
car. Give me that car.
That-
Trade.
Yeah, that car was really good. It's generally, I think A1 usually does well on like
Nailed
11
it.
episode stuff, so we'll see where it goes.
CGI was really good. Like, there are people hating on the CGI saying it's cringe.
cars
I'm
look
just sitting there
great.
looking at these guys.
I think there's
Yeah,
some
the
people
car
that
was
just don't like
shiny and
any kind of
everything.
CGI. Just
But what they don't
Everyone's
get
gonna
is
get sick
every
in
single car, for the most part, in almost every single anime, is CGI.
Except for Kekai
Or
Sensei.
Redline.
Those were all hand drawn.
But usually they're
And
CGI.
Lupin. Yeah, usually.
Like 90%.
So should we move on because it's hit?
Yeah.
I was not wrong in my
Let's
assumption.
just let Energy talk about this show, and I think Moe and I will just like not talk about it because we know Moe will rant, and I'm a little indifferent. So let's just let the elitist here talk about how great this show is.
Okay, so we got Lance and Masks here, and honestly, I can say I like this show for its originality and the adorable girl, but at the same time, in terms of enjoyment, I like this show. In terms of a show, I have no idea what it's really trying to do. I can say that with utmost certainty. I have no idea what the show is trying to do. I mean, I think it's kind of a little bit all over the place, but at the same time, it's got a really adorable girl in it, and I just like it for it just feels different, and I like it for that. But in terms of what it actually is, I'm not 100% sure. It's okay as in terms of a show, but I'm enjoying it. That's all I got on that.
For me, this show is shit. This show is pure shit. Like, holy shit. Main character shit. The small little girl is shit. You know, screw the lolly. Who gives a shit?
She's 6.
I don't care if she's not a lolly.
She's not a lolly.
That's even worse, man. The guy was kissing a 6-year-old's hand. Sick bastard.
He has a white knight syndrome.
I don't care. That's even worse. A psychopathic maniac kissing a little girl's hand. Like, calm down, man.
But
the only decent thing was the opening, and that was ruined because I hate the show so much.
The opening's really good. I wish they could have put the budget. They were like, all right, guys, we're gonna make an anime called Lance and Mask. We're gonna put all of our money into the opening and say screw everything else.
True.
Their opening was gorgeous. Great animation, great soundtrack to it, just great everything, super symbolic. I feel like Lance and Masks has potential. It's probably not gonna go anywhere. Because it has so many cliche things in it, but at the same time it's like wacky and weird. The animation's kind of average besides the opening, of course. I'm indifferent. I think the 6-year-old girl is adorable, but she's so stupid. She is just the dumbest 6-year-old girl ever. And I'm sorry, 6-year-old girls are smarter than that. But it has some dark undertones, sorta. Like, I feel, but the problem is like you can't take any of it seriously because the way the bad guys walk, like I'm pretty sure.
And the character designs,
some of the character designs are really poor. So
in terms of adorable, they're amazing. In terms of effectiveness in serious situations, no, they're not okay.
So I feel like I'm gonna enjoy watching it, but it's the same reason why I enjoyed Yoro no Yatterman a while back. It's super wacky and stupid, but at the same time, it's enjoyable.
Enjoyment.
At least Shatterman was likable.
Yatterman was sexualizing a 9-year-old little girl. That's what they were doing.
That helps.
Yatterman went from that pretty good first episode, which I was like, wow.
This isn't about Yatterman, okay? Let's just move on.
And then, yeah, it was wacky.
Okay.
This reminds me of it.
So are you ready for Heavy Object now?
Yeah, we're gonna move on to the worst of the season. There is no.
Oh my lord!
Saving the best for last. We have Heavy Object, aka JC Staff is 0 for 3. Heavy Object.
Okay, wait. How the hell did they decide to make this piece of shit instead of Index or Railgun?
Yes.
I don't know. Like they
yes.
could have been making money from
it's
Index or Railgun, but no. Let's make something about big bulls ruling the world.
No, yeah, I agree. Heavy Object is terrible, but I'm pretty sure Heavy Object is a filler thing because.
How the hell is this getting 24 episodes?
Look,
how in the world is this shit getting 24 episodes?
All the budget that they're saving for making Heavy Object. Let's just hope that all the budget they're saving for Heavy Object is going towards a certain scientific accelerator. Please.
Did you see the water animation? It was so bad. It made me want to grab a knife, stab my eye, and eat it.
You see, that doesn't even hold a candle to that scene in episode 1 with the seatbelt. Oh, yeah. It does not even hold a candle to that.
It doesn't make any sense. It had like the seatbelt scene where they squeeze her boobs because 10-year-olds.
Because reasons.
And everything was explained through like exposition.
Yeah.
So much.
Oh my lord! And I was just sitting there thinking, how long? I thought it was like 40 minutes this episode. To me,
I was bored. I was
like,
frustrated.
What the hell is this?
And
it was all exposition.
Everything at the same time.
And they added the edgy just to like get you sidetracked a bit, but that was. So
and in the
pointless.
second episode, it feels completely disconnected from the first.
It's not good.
Oh my.
And I don't know. It's definitely the worst of the season. It's slow paced, boring, has exposition, some terrible I don't know why the water at least the snow looks okay.
It's the only show that I've considered that I've acted on dropping so far.
Yeah. No, the thing is the show would have been really good if it wasn't for the objects. Like everything besides, like, I feel like the objects are just pointless.
I feel like the whole show is pointless.
No. Let's just talk about the weaponry. Like, I feel like, okay, so a big ball with millions of cannons sticking out, very unique, well fucking done, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not unique. I don't know what they were thinking when they did this.
Exactly, and how is it that nothing else can destroy these things besides other objects? Like,
It's just how good
they
are.
could have made jets that fire the same ammo as these objects, or they could have made more powerful. They could have even used nuclear weapons if they wanted to. Like anything but build another big ball running around. It's like two balls clashing.
You have to build the ball to counteract
I don't want
the
to sit
ball.
there for 20 minutes. No, I don't want to sit there for 20 minutes looking at still images of a ball shooting cannons at other balls like tanks. That you know that 4-player game tanks on like Miniclip or something. That's what it feels like. All right, it's just two tanks in a different area shooting long range at each other and missing, and then hitting like the arms or the legs. No critical damage. And then getting that lucky power up. I don't know how they're gonna do a power up, but they're probably gonna get a power up in there.
They just
oh, you killed my
the first
teammate.
one to get it's like the first one to get like the strategic advantage. The other one gives up. That's how you win. You don't even destroy them. You just whenever one has the advantageous position, the other one has to give up.
And I actually will say one positive thing about it, which was in the second episode when Boob Girl, I can't remember her name, she was like captured, so to say. Like they kind of had her held captive, and then the two guys go up there and he shoots the bullet, and it you kind of see the bullet go through the person, like it was an interesting scene. Like that was like the only time I was actually interested in what was going on.
And
then
that's
they
the one
go
time you
straight
took your
back to
hand out of
the-
your palm and was like, this is actually not that terrible compared to everything else.
And then they went back to all about the objects and them running away, and then I think did you guys hear that? My mom just did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
My mom just sneezed. What?
So heavy object equals bad.
Yeah, it's
Worst of
just
the
not
season.
good.
Yeah, like this is probably one of the only times I would have preferred a studio to deviate from the source material.
JC's
Like they should have probably
staff
gone.
has been pretty bad lately.
No. They adapt everything really well. Like Shogeki no Soma, they did perfectly. Prison School, they added all the important parts. It was still funny. Well, for me anyway,
Yeah.
Mr. Calal, elitist.
JC staff does good adaptations. Like that's it's like Madhouse. Madhouse does great adaptations.
Yeah, but,
Sometimes
like-
they adapt something that's poor.
No, but the
They
thing
just
I don't
adapt
understand is like,
questionable
but like, how do these people sit around a table and think, okay, let's adapt Lance and Mask and Heavy Object? They're gonna bring a lot
JC
of money in,
staff did
right? They're
Lance
gonna
and Masks.
No, they don't.
No, some weird studio,
Oh.
Gonko or something.
Oh,
but
yeah,
like,
I didn't
how do
think so.
people
Kumi, I
sit
think.
in a table? Yeah, like out of all the shows they could have picked, out of every single show, let's adapt two shitty shows. They're gonna make us a shit ton of money. A show about a teenager and a little girl, and a show about big balls. Yeah, I can smell the money. Okay, here, have money to make this. It's like they're just wasting money on useless shit.
Why
Just
can't
spend
you,
it all
with the
on
35th
why can't you
Accelerator.
make like 50 spin-offs of Fate Collide?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have preferred a sequel to Strike the Blood than
Oh,
this
Strike
shit.
the Blood was.
And Strike the Blood was
okay,
shit.
we're not even going on. Just
Exactly.
no, stay in the season, Mo.
At least Strike the Blood was entertaining, Like, damn. But yeah.
Anyway, energy. This
Well,
and
this has definitely been the longest part by far. So, I guess we're done here. We're done with Heavy Object. So, make sure you guys check out part 1 on Moe's channel and part 2 on Calal's channel because they're a lot shorter than this one. And,
Usually I'm not this mad. I'm not an angry person, but
these shows just bring out the worst
It's almost
in people.
it's 1 o'clock in the morning and Calal is just talking and I got pissed off.
yeah.
Heavy Object.
So again, make sure you
And
check out parts 1 and
it's all
2
Calal's
on their
fault, not
respective
mine.
channels. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
And wait, and all of Energy subscribers, please subscribe to me. Thank you.
Yeah, we all know he's the biggest
Yeah.
channel here.
Yeah, go sub to Moe. Why not? If you haven't already.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
I'll see you there.